moves first, thin, breathless, trembling across a land so dry it forgets what rain feels like. A land where silence is not the absence of sound, but an ancient presence of its own. Here, on the high plateau of the Atacama, the world becomes something else, something otherworldly, something that looks too unreal to believe. Salt flats shimmer like frozen lightning, stretching outward in white fractures carved by centuries of sun. The ground sparkles with mineral crystals glittering like galaxies trapped underfoot. Each step crunches like brittle glass, echoing across a desert so quiet you can hear the horizon breathe. Above the sky is impossibly blue, a blue so deep it looks carved into the atmosphere, a blue untouched by dust, moisture, or time. The sun burns with merciless clarity, casting shadows sharper than blades, turning even the smallest stone into a monument of ancient heat. The plateau rises like a forgotten kingdom of the planet's youth. Its ridges twist into ochre canyons and red labyrinths, shaped by winds older than recorded history. In the midday light, the cliffs glow as if lit from within, strata of iron, sulfur, and salt, painting the desert in surreal bands of crimson and gold. It's here, in these unbroken layers, that the Earth keeps its oldest memories. Volcanoes tower on every horizon, silent giants, crowned with snow yet surrounded by fire beneath the crust. Their silhouettes are perfect, symmetrical, mythic. Some died millions of years ago, others still murmur in their sleep, sending faint tremors through the desert floor. And every so often, in the distance, a fumarole exhales a thin whisper of white, reminding you that this landscape, though quiet, is alive. The air is thinner here, drier. It pulls moisture from your lips, your skin, your breath. Clouds avoid this place, storms pass untouched overhead. For centuries there have been years, entire years, without a single drop of rain, and yet life survives in defiant pockets. Tiny, resilient lichens cling to rocks. Vicuñas, a delicate relative of the llama, move in elegant lines across volcanic slopes, their hooves adapted to powdery gravel that slips beneath them. Each step is careful, precise, almost ceremonial. At sunrise, steam geysers awaken. They erupt from beneath the high plateau with a sudden hiss, ghosts rising from the Earth's hidden furnace. The cold morning air traps their breath, turning each geyser into a spectral pillar that glows with orange light. Shadows stretch across frost-covered mud pools, cracking and melting as the sun climbs. The whole scene feels impossibly contradictory, scalding water erupting in a place too cold to touch with bare hands. As the day warms, the desert shifts color. Canyons once golden become copper. Ridges sharpen into serrated spines. Wind sweeps down narrow corridors in long, whistling currents, sculpting dunes into perfect waves. These dunes are not soft, they are crusted, hardened by mineral salts, breaking into shards instead of grains. When they collapse, they shimmer like falling glass. Deep inside the plateau, fields of volcanic rock stretch out like the ruins of another planet. Basalt boulders lie scattered as if thrown by giants. In some places, the ground is spongy with ancient ash. In others, it's hard as obsidian. The sunlight reflects off mirrored salt pools, creating illusions, distant lakes that vanish when approached. These mirages are the Atacama's trick. Water where no water exists, hope where survival is a gamble. Underground, hidden beneath layers of salt and silence, lie some of the clearest, driest air pockets ever recorded. Scientists come here to study conditions similar to Mars. Instruments placed on this plateau have helped decode the atmosphere of other planets. Even NASA trains here, not because it is like the desert of Earth, but because it mimics the deserts of worlds far beyond our own. And at night, everything changes again. The sky erupts with stars, without moisture, without pollution, without clouds. The cosmos steps forward in crushing clarity. The Milky Way becomes a river of light, pouring across the sky in shimmering waves. Each constellation stands sharp, hard-edged, blazing with visible color. Nebulas bloom in violet and blue, satellites drift silently above. Even the faintest glow of distant galaxies becomes visible to the naked eye. No human-made city, no mountain range, no island or forest on Earth can produce a night like this. The Atacama does not offer stars, it reveals the true structure of the universe. The cold bites deep as temperatures fall below freezing. The desert radiates its stored heat into the emptiness above, leaving behind a vast, frost-tipped silence. The same ground that burned at noon now crunches with icy crystals. The same wind that scoured the ridges now whispers with soft, brittle breaths. In this paradox, this furnace that becomes a freezer, you begin to understand why nothing feels real here. In the early morning, the flamingos appear. High-altitude lagoons, fed by hidden springs, burst into color, turquoise pools bordered by white salt rings. The water is rich with microscopic life, invisible to the eye yet vital to everything that survives here. Flamingos step into the mineral-rich shallows, their legs trembling with the chill of dawn. Their pink feathers glow as if lit by the rising sun from within. They sweep their curved beaks through the water in slow, deliberate motions. Their reflections ripple under them like watercolor paintings, and behind them rise mountains painted in impossible shades: purple, saffron, rust, and silver. Some slopes look metallic, some powdered, some coated in soft pastels. No two ridges share the same palette. It is as if the desert crafted each peak as an individual masterpiece, refusing to repeat itself. Further across the plateau lies a realm of quartz fields, giant crystals erupting from the ground like the teeth of buried titans. Some are sharp and translucent, others milky and eroded. When the sun hits them at low angles, they scatter light into rainbows that drift like shards across the sand. Walk among them and the world sparkles as though dusted with diamond powder. Yet the harshness never leaves. Winds can rise without warning, sweeping across the high plains with enough force to strip loose stones from ridges. Dust devils twirl in slender columns, climbing into the sky like spiraling apparitions. The land is both fragile and ferocious, brittle yet unstoppable in its vastness. Ancient cultures once crossed these plains, guided by stars brighter than torches. They left behind geoglyphs carved into the desert floor, lines and shapes visible only from above. No one knows exactly why they made them, signals to the gods, maps of celestial paths, or markers of forgotten rituals. But here, where the land still feels sacred, where silence still carries weight, the symbols make sense in a way that words cannot explain. As the sun arcs overhead, the heat deepens, rocks crack, salt sizzles, distant peaks shimmer in waves of mirage. Even the air vibrates, thin, restless, shimmering like invisible fire. Shadows shrink until they cling tightly to the objects that cast them, refusing to stretch, refusing to move. And yet, life continues its quiet defiance. Tiny insects cling to damp stones near hidden springs. Andes foxes tread soft paths at dusk, their paws silent on volcanic gravel. In the highest altitudes, rare hummingbirds flicker like emerald sparks, feeding on flowers that bloom for only a few days a year. These bursts of color, so small, so fleeting, are miracles against the emptiness around them. By late afternoon, the desert softens again. Colors drift from harsh whites to gentle orange. The heat loosens its grip, releasing the land back to stillness. Shadows stretch long and slow, like giant sundials carved onto the earth. The horizon flickers with pink light, and distant clouds, if any appear, catch fire in the sky. As evening settles, the volcanoes become silhouettes, dark towers against a glowing band of fading day. Their ridges appear sharper, their slopes more dramatic. Some peaks release faint curls of steam, barely visible, rising like incense into the cooling air. It is a reminder that beneath this hardened world lies another, molten, restless, waiting. And when night finally returns, the stars reappear with even more clarity, as if they've moved closer, drawn to the silence below. It is in this moment, standing alone on the driest plateau on Earth, that the truth becomes unmistakable. This is not a place built for human comfort. It is a place built for awe, a place where Earth displays both its oldest scars and its most delicate miracles, a place where the ancient and the impossible live side by side, a place where the universe reveals itself not in soft whispers, but in blazing, undeniable clarity. And as the wind returns, soft, cold, eternal, it carries a final realization across the salt and stone. Some landscapes are not meant to be conquered, only witnessed, and the Atacama remains in its vast and silent majesty, one of the last places on Earth where you can still feel the planet dreaming.